Hi guys, today we are doing a yoga session just using a wall. So find your wall, any wall. We're going to take our hands and they're going to be just about shoulder height. Stepping far away from the wall, we're going to push back with the hips, getting the length along the spine and the length through the back of the legs. Our feet are hip distance apart. Our hands are about shoulder distance apart. And we are in our downward dog, but we're standing, we're using the wall. Everything today we do is going to be standing. From here we're going to come into our up dog, so looking at our hands, keeping our legs straight, we're going to bring our chest through our arms, dropping our hips through, looking up to the sky and pushing back into our down dog. Pushing through into up dog, looking up to the sky, pushing back into our down dog. And this is our standing dancing dog. Just going from one to the other. Inhaling as we lift up the chest. Exhaling as we push back into our down dog. Warming up your back, your shoulders, your hips, your ankles, your legs, your spine, your chest. It's a real great all-rounder, this one. From here we're going to pause. We're going to work on the legs. So we're lunging through with the left leg. We're going to square our hips, our shoulders towards the wall. Hands are coming down to about shoulder height. Pressing into the back heel. We've got a slight bend in the front leg. We're going to feel this stretch all the way down the back leg. From here we're going to reach up with both arms as high up as we can. And then we're going to bring our head down just between the arms. So we've got a nice long line from our hands, our wrists, all the way down to the back heel. Getting the length. Still pushing into the back heel, still lengthening along your spine. This is our extended warrior one pose against the wall. And releasing, sliding your hands down. So hands want to be about hip distance apart. We're going to step back with the front leg and step even further back with the back leg. Squaring our hips again, still towards the wall. We want our hips to be level and even. Both legs are straight. And we've got a nice flat back as well. This is our pyramid pose. Still using the wall. It's really great to use the wall just to get the flat back. When we do this in class, everybody looks so pretty and it makes me so happy. Let's come into our revolved triangle now. So our left thumb is coming into the tailbone. We're drawing our left elbow, left shoulder back, and we are revolving around the spine, twisting around to the left side, still keeping both legs straight. Releasing back to center, stepping forwards. Let's do all of that on the other side. So we've got to lunge back with the left leg this time. Our right knee is staying at front, our right knee is bent, squaring your hips to the wall. Curving up with the chest to begin with, pushing into the back heel. Then extending up with one arm with the other, spreading through the fingers. Lowering down with the chest, bringing your head between your arms. Getting the stretch from the back heel all the way up to the fingertips. And releasing. Hands slide down to about hip height. We step back with the front leg, we step even further back with the back leg, both legs are straight, squaring your hips towards the wall, lengthening along your spine. When you're here, try not to drop your chin down towards your chest. We still want to lengthen out through the neck as well. Coming into our revolved triangle, let's take our right thumb into the tailbone now, taking the elbow, the shoulder back, twisting around to the right side. So you don't need to go all the way down to the floor to be able to feel the stretch, the twist. pushing against the wall, helping the twist around. And releasing. So the next stretches we are going to do are more upper body focused. So we're going to be stood a little bit closer to the wall now, so make sure there's nothing in your way. Hips are wanting to turn towards the side, so we are side on to the wall. We're going to step forwards with the leg that's closer to the wall, so that is my left. Stepping back with the leg that's closer to the center of the room, which is my right. Hands are coming to the wall. I want to twist my upper body towards the wall, but turn my hips in towards the center of the room. To help the twist, you can place your right hand onto your left hip and encourage your hips more towards the center, but pushing against the wall with the left hand to try and bring your shoulders square back to the wall. Lengthening up through our spine as we twist. And releasing into an arm and shoulder stretch now. So we're going to place our left hand on the wall. Palm is flat and fingers are pointing away from you. Then we're going to open up with the chest and with the opposite arm as well. We're going to feel the stretch all the way down the left hand, into the left arm, into the left shoulder, maybe into the chest as well. Opening the chest out wide, pressing against the wall. You can shuffle your feet about until you can feel the stretch. Holding, still breathing. If you do this correctly, this is quite an intense pose, even though it looks like we're doing very little. And releasing into an IT band stretch now. Left hand is placing against the wall. We're going to sweep our right leg around and behind back to the wall. We're going to push our hips into the center of the room, but we're going to take our right arm up and over, trying to touch the wall. Keeping your shoulders back, keeping your chest open, just tilting over to the left side, but pushing your hips back to the right. So pushing your hips back into the middle of the room. And releasing into another spinal twist now. We're going to lean back against the wall at the side. We're going to lift up our right knee and we're going to hold on to the right knee with the left hand. From here, we're going to stretch our right arm back against the wall, taking both shoulders back against the wall. So the shoulders are leaning back against the wall, but our hips are still staying stacked one on top of the other, with the left hip pressing into the wall. We're using the wall to support our balance here. You can stay here, or an extra option is to try and hold onto the foot or the leg, so it's still holding onto the right leg with the left hand. Extending the leg away, still keeping your hips stacked one on top of the other, but squaring your shoulders back to the wall. You can do this pose lying down, but I'm just showing you, you can also do it standing. And releasing. Let's do those stretches on the other side. So with our first spinal twist, stepping right side on to the wall. The right foot is stepping forwards, left foot is stepping back, hands come to the wall, squaring your chest to the wall. You can stay here, or you can hold onto your right hip with your left hand, encouraging your hips to twist more into the center of the room, but pushing against the wall, trying to bring your chest back to the wall. Releasing into the arm stretch now, pressing the right hand against the wall, fingers are pointing away from you. Opening up with the chest, extending out with the left arm as well. You can shuffle around until you can feel the stretch. Remember to keep breathing. releasing tension with each passing exhale. Releasing into our IT band stretch now, so right hand against the wall, sweeping the left leg around and behind. Taking our left arm up and over to push against the wall, so we're curving our body into the wall but pushing our hips into the center of the room. Opening up with the chest. We do not want to be able to look at the floor. Keeping the shoulder back, the chest wide open. Releasing here. Onto our next spinal twist. So leaning against the wall with the right side. We're going to lift up the left leg and hold onto the knee with the right hand. Extending our left arm back against the wall. So shoulders want to lean back against the wall, but our hips are staying one, stacked on top of the other. Spinal twist, opening up through the chest. And the extra option, if you want it, is to hold on to the left leg with the right hand. Anywhere you can grab, extending the leg back out to the side. Getting the leg straight if you can. If this is too much though, then stay with the knee bend, that's fine. And releasing here. From here, let's turn ourselves back to look at the wall. We want to bring our chest to the wall, but we want to extend it with the arms. So create space for your spine to curve. We've got to walk our feet away from the wall, feet hip distance apart. We're going to look up towards our fingers, and then we're just going to keep looking at the fingers as we curve through the chest, curving through the spine, trying to bring your chest to come towards the wall. If it doesn't touch the wall, then don't worry. We are working on the spinal flexibility here. It's quite intense, we just want to keep breathing. And releasing, let's do the counter pose now, so fingertips are coming down to the ground. We're going to walk our feet in as close to the wall as we can. We want to lean back towards the wall in our forward fold. We can stay here with the hands against the ground, or we can take them up and back, holding on to the wall. Feet are about hip distance apart to help with your balance. When I'm here, I quite like to hold onto the legs, pull my chest as close to the legs as I can, and then just allow my back to lean further back against the wall. Just increases the intensity. You don't have to be as close to the wall as I am. We all start off somewhere. When you're ready, just release your fingertips back down to the ground, walk your feet away from the wall first to give space to lift up your upper body. And then we are all done, all stretched out, and all thanks to our trusty wall. Stay safe, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.